Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to play another round in London and see how we get on. Let's start the game. Okay, so this is almost certainly somewhere in the city. It's just the kind of building architecture and the glass next door to these old stone buildings is instantly recognizable. So let's here, now where do we find this? Ah, yes, okay. So there's a few, not this intersection, but there's a few skyscrapers in the distance here which give it away. So, yep, we're in the City of London. Let's pull this out and get in there. And I will take you to where we are. It might just take a minute or so to find. Now, I do recognise it, so that somewhat helps, doesn't it? Where are we exactly? We are in this region. Is it Threadneedle Street, Old Broad Street? Is that right? I'm going to put a preliminary pin down there. Just spin us around and see what we can see. We know we're looking at the main skyscraper. Yes, that's right. And this is the Bank of England here. So, which you can see just down here actually. This big building here, the whole city block is the Bank of England. So that's where we are. I think we're on this intersection here. So it'd be good to zoom in and just see if we can see. Yes, that's right. There's a Hawes and Curtis clothing shop right ahead of us. So I'll just go back to the start because we didn't start on that, did we? We started up here, right outside a Superdrug, and I think we're a tiny bit north. So probably down here on Bartholomew Lane. No, I stand corrected. That is not the case. One street up. On Old Broad Street here, and we can actually see that there's a Superdrug there. So let's just go parallel to that, perpendicular to that, and finally triangulate ourselves just within this little cut of this building here. There we go. So I'd say we're pretty spot on where we are. Fantastic. Okay, just a meter away in fact. Next round. Well, we've got something here immediately. So this is EC4. Okay, EC. So it's still pretty central London. And yeah, you see some 60s architecture here. What do we have? Oh, I thought I had it there. Nope. Far too zoomed in now. What am I doing? Come on. Let's try and get out of here, shall we? See what we can do. We had Hutton Street there, didn't we? I don't instantly recognise this, but we're still pretty much in the city centre, I think. So let's try and get down to a major road and see what we can see. There we go. That looks pretty major in the distance, doesn't it? So you can tell you're in the City of London by these police huts here. The City of London being the middle square mile. They have these guard huts, but I have to say I've never see them. You can also tell with these bollards, these red, black and white bollards here with the crest and the stars on them. You don't get those anywhere else in London other than the City of London. Let's carry on. We know that we're by a Premier Inn. This is more main road now, so we should be able to get roughly our bearings. Now what do we have here? Fleet Street, City Thameslink Station, Bridewell Theatre. Okay. Well, let's get in there. So we know we're in the city. I've said that already. Fleet Street. Fleet Street is down here. Okay. Where are we? Cannon Street. And I think this is Fleet Street here. But that's the direction to Fleet Street. Doesn't sort of indicate that we're there, does it? Let me remind myself of the of a street name. Tudor Street, EC4. Blackfriars House and the Crown Plaza. Okay, that helps. So we've got here Blackfriars Bridge, and over Blackfriars Bridge, actually there is a new skyscraper with the funny shape that you can see in the distance there. That one, which sort of bulges out to the sides. So we're looking south there, and we can see the sign here to Blackfriars Bridge and Elephant and Castle beyond. So that's great. I think we know where we are then. We are on the north side of Blackfriars Bridge here, and we can see St Andrew's Hill and so on. So we know we're in there somewhere. Let's go back to the start and just nail down exactly where we are. So Hutton Street on EC4. We can see, and I think we're going to be in here somewhere, aren't we? Deans, Carter, Knight Rider, what is that? Adele Hill. Carter Lane, Ludgate, Blackfriars. Did we start up here? No. Hutton Street. That was one option. It's obviously just a tiny road there, so maybe let's try here, Primrose Hill. So Primrose Hill and Hutton Street. I thought we might have been able to find that, but it would seem not. Oh, hang on. Oh no, we're sorry. We're on this side. There is Hutton Street. Okay, now we're talking. We've got Hutton Street and Primrose Hill. And are we at the corner there? Yes, I think we are. By Dell Software. We're looking north at Primrose Hill. At least we were when we started. And actually we can see that little side lane there. So that fits our local geography. So I think we're about here. Well, where do we begin? Yes, we began here. So that's good. Let's go for the guess. 0 meters. Spot on. Next round. We're by a Thai Square restaurant, and we've got here another street sign straight away. EC4, so we're back in the same neighbourhood. God, it's not very innovative, is it? So now we know pretty much exactly where we are by Blackfriars Bridge over here somewhere, possibly around Fleet Street. There we go. There was the sign for Fleet Street. So, we're going to be in this neck of the woods again, aren't we? What do we have here? Garlic Hill and Great Trinity Lane. Garlic, can we just see it off the bat? Wouldn't that be easy? These are all quite small streets around here, so you do have to zoom in a bit to get the names to appear. So look, I don't think we'll have them immediately to hand. Although, what was that? Hang on. No. Sorry, I thought I saw something, but I didn't. So let's just do the cursory scan around, because it helps to find maybe the most obvious exit. Oh dear. No, possibly not. Skipped too far ahead, haven't we? Perhaps this was the way I was going, I think maybe. So let's try and get out here and see what we can see. Yes, we're back on a main road down here. Okay, so I think I've got it. I actually recognise this building. I think I used to work in that building, believe it or not. It's going to be... Now, where was it? I think the building was here. No? We were somewhere here. This is the church we find ourselves outside now. The building I think we're looking at is this one, although it's not obvious actually, is it? Yes, no, I'm pretty sure of that. We're by this church. Let's just zoom in and see if we can see any of those names that we saw earlier. St Andrew's Hill. Carter Lane. Was that it? Not 100% sold on it. We'll buy a big bridge. That's right, with a pedestrian walkway. This is certainly the main road through the north bank of the City of London here. So, have I not quite got that right? We're looking for this little funny road, aren't we? Why did I think we were here? Because there was a church here, wasn't there? No, that's not quite true. This is the problem with going by memory. You will eventually get lost. I think we're up in here somewhere, aren't we? Garlic Hill? Yes, that's right. This is the building we're looking at here. I guess it's called Thames Court. I didn't know that. That is going to be this building here. We are by a bridge. This is a main bridge. It's currently being renovated, and it should be to the right of the building. That's right. Here we are. That's Queen's Place and Southwark Bridge. We must be looking here. And so perhaps we're in this little Whittington Gardens here, which sounds very nice. Now where was the road that we saw? We saw originally already, didn't we? I thought we had it. I thought we had Garlic Hill. Yes, there's Garlic Hill. Let's go back to the start. Enough faffing around. That's taken far too long for us to find, for me to find. Sorry, Garlic Hill, Great Trinity Lane. So we are about here. That's right. We must have come down here, and I got a bit confused and lost around this church that doesn't seem to be showing, but maybe that's it. Maybe it's this building here. It's just not obvious. And I think we were looking then over Upper Thames Street at this building here where it says Rabobank. Fantastic. Okay, well, let's go for the guess and confirm that we're right again. So next round. If we're in EC4 again, I might just quit the game because it really should be more varied. Although I don't think we are. So we're clearly on a major shopping street here. Possibly Oxford Street. We're by EE and so on. In fact, I don't think I'm even going to move. I think I recognise Oxford Street here. So let's go to the map and see what we're looking at. Looking dead west here, and you can see some greenery, and I think that this is Hyde Park. And these are the major stores here of Oxford Street. You know, they'll have John Lewis's and Marks and Spencer's and Selfridges and so on. And well, we can see here a few key players: McDonald's, EE, and New Balance. So let's get in there and see if we can just spot those three in a row. So I think we're going to be about here. That would be my initial pin, because looking west we can start to see the greenery of Hyde Park. This is Oxford Street here from Marble Arch, you know, basically all the way down here. But the main bit is between Marble Arch and Oxford Circus in terms of shopping. So let's go a couple blocks in and see what we can see. We're looking for a McDonald's. There's a Tag Heuer. And those are on, we're looking south now, so south across the street is where we get the McDonald's and so on. And I can't see any immediately, to be honest with you, so, you know, we might not be quite right there. Perhaps I've prematurely called it as being Oxford Street, so why don't we just go on and explore like we should be doing. After all, what's nice about this game is that we can show each other around. Okay, I'm even more convinced of where we are. We're by John Lewis and so on and everything. So let's just get the street name, shall we? Let's just cut straight to the chase. So Hollis Street. Okay. So let me zoom out. Go to Oxford Street, which is where we are. We've got Portman, Orchard, Duke. Let's just get in here one notch. James, Bird, Duke, Orchard, Portman. No, perhaps a bit further along. Come on, we should be quicker at this. Hollis Street. Okay, fantastic. We've made it. So, and there we have it. Yes. So we just didn't scroll far long enough. We've got McDonald's. We've got the New Balance. We know we're opposite that. Let's go back to the start and see what we're looking at. Right here, we're outside Jocks and TM Lewin. So here we've got TM Lewin, and Jocks doesn't say that it's there. But anyway, we know that we're here. So spot on. Guess. Now let's do a bit of root cause analysis there and just check out what we were looking at sort of in the grander scheme thing. So I think it was a longer distance down to the end of the street here than I assumed. I was playing around with the first couple of blocks, but really should have been a bit further back, further east. That's what's clear to me. And we've got another street sign here, as always, very well signposted. New Burlington Place, City of Westminster, W1. Okay. So Westminster was the competing Roman city to Londinium, which is now the City of London, and EC where we were earlier. New Burlington Place, W1. City of Westminster's a little further to the west. And of course it's all grown together now, but this is Westminster around here. So we can put a safety pin down and go about finding ourselves. So we've got New Burlington Place is where we are. And that there says Savile Row, which is a very famous street in London, number 24. So we can maybe use that to further zoom in. Now, actually, Savile Row is not quite around here where it says Westminster. We need to go just a bit further up, actually. So and where are we now? Here we go, Savile Row. We have found it eventually. Okay, so we know that we're on this street somewhere. We've seen 24 Savile Row. Now looking north, actually, we're coming just towards the end of it, aren't we? And there's an intersection here, and we can see that the road just bends around ever so slightly to the left. So that should help us find it. So we're about here. Actually, we can see that the road's just bending around. Now, are we on this street corner? Yes, I think we are. And this should be New Burlington Place here. Which we should be able to confirm in just a second. Yes, it is. That's right. So we're about out in front there. So excellent. So this is in Mayfair, which is actually one of my favourite areas of London. Basically, Mayfair goes. We're not too far from Oxford Street, but it goes from Marble Arch down here to Hyde Park Corner, up to Piccadilly Circus, and up to Oxford Circus. So this is a sort of square area in the centre of London, bounded by those four corners, and yeah, it's a beautiful, very famous shopping district and very expensive residential area, but very nice, and home to Savile Row amongst other attractions. Let's go for the guess. Oh, we were across the street actually, so didn't quite nail that one, but still on the 5,000 point mark. So view the summary. Look, I hope you've enjoyed this tour around London. We had 2 in EC. We had 2 quite close together actually in Mayfair and Oxford Circus, and 1 in the middle. But as you can see, very centred. So I don't know. We've had other London sort of games with locations around here and also on the south side of the river, but ultimately it seems to be a very centralised map. Maybe that's a new candidate to make a new map of. For example, we never get any pins out here, do we, in White City or Chiswick or Richmond, for example, which would be fun too. So maybe that's one food for thought, following off the back of my map making video earlier this week. Well, look, I hope you've enjoyed this watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I really enjoyed that game. Good to explore as always. So thank you very much for playing with me today, and I will see you in the next video.